Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Welcome to my AC Valhalla review, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Let's get right into it. I want to keep this short for you guys. Don't want to make this too long. So the story is really the main grabber, the main thing about this game that is so great. The story, the characters, and the smaller story arcs. So you got like your main story, and then you have like smaller story arcs within each territory in this game, in England. It is a bit of a long prologue, and it can be a little, wary at first because it's not the best beginning in my opinion. Because the combat feels kind of dry. It's not the best combat. The combat's decent, it's good, but it certainly could be better, that's for sure. Um, the good thing about this game is it doesn't feel too much like an RPG, and that it kind of takes a middle ground approach, so you kind of have a mix of an RPG and a traditional Assassin's Creed game. And if you're not familiar with either, I still suggest you get this game. Even if you're not into combat, it's still just a really good story, and there's really great characters. I highly suggest getting this game just because I don't think you'll be disappointed, whether you're an Assassin's Creed fan, whether you're an RPG fan, or whether you're neither. I think everyone would enjoy this game. Just to give you a little background here, what's going on here is I just have some background footage playing in the background. I'm not playing right now, but this is some pre-recorded footage for you guys of trying to show you some stealth, some melee combat, some range combat, a mix of things, just to give you an idea of what playing the game is kind of like. And trying to give you an overview of the combat and just the overall game. This is a mission, but I called a raid when I pulled out the horn, and a raid is just like mini assaults on enemy territory or fortresses or bases, and from that you can grab wealth. You can also grab books of knowledge which give you different abilities, and that's where the combat really shines is with the abilities. You have ranged abilities and also melee abilities, and that really makes the combat much better compared to in the beginning of the game where you don't really have any abilities and you just have your main axe and shield. The other thing that really makes the combat interesting are the finishers. Right there, perfect timing. That's where you can do a heavy attack, or sometimes they give you the option to press on the right stick and you can do a finisher. But usually it really flows, and that's what I really like about this game. Honestly, if they didn't have finishers in this game, I think the combat would be really boring. That's just my opinion, though. So by far, this is definitely my game of the year. I've poured tons of hours in this game just because I've thoroughly enjoyed it. There hasn't been one moment of this game that I've felt bored or disinterested. There's always something to do in this game. There's always something interesting, right? The story never gets kind of boring in any case. In fact, it only gets better the more you play, which really draws you in even more and more. And just to kind of go over like how the story works, how it pans out, there's no side quests in this game, which in my opinion is a huge benefit compared to past Assassin's Creed games. And even just for any RPGs in general, right? I know this is Assassin's Creed game. Some people argue that there shouldn't, it shouldn't be so much an RPG. But I think they really hit home with this one in the sense that it's kind of a middle ground between both an RPG and a traditional Assassin's Creed. But no side quests is a huge thing. everything just builds on itself and is part of the main quest, but it doesn't feel like they're adding fluff anywhere. Everything feels important. Every character feels significant and is interesting and has their own, backgrounds and stories and personality. And it doesn't feel dry at any point. It doesn't feel boring or dry, and that's really important for a big open world RPG game like this. Um, because it's very easy to get bored with a game or frustrated with a game like this and then never come back to it. But I never found myself like that, and I don't think really anyone can. Plus, you can change the difficulty if you wanted to, combat wise, or even stealth. Being an assassin, there's different difficulties for that. So there's a lot of customization in this game in terms of gameplay. Um, Also, I want to mention the characters, right? The characters have a lot of personality, but also the graphics are amazing in this game. I mean, yeah, look at this. Unbelievable, honestly. Like, the graphics, the scenery sometimes is the best. That was probably not the best showcase of it, but there's some cases like when you're at the synchronization points, which are basically fast travel points. Um, he's just really amazing just to see the sprawling, you know, English, old England, old English landscapes and stuff like that, and even Norway with the Northern Lights and all that is really just amazing. Um, Also the music, right? It didn't really hit me at first, but when you're synchronizing at different points in the game, going to those fast travel points in the game, they play this for like really kind of soothing music and stuff like that. And even here in the background, you can hear sort of the attack music going on there. This music always plays when you're doing a raid, um, and it makes it more interesting, right? Imagine if you didn't have any kind of music in this game. Again, it would just feel empty, right? There would be a lack of sort of character to it or personality to it, and it wouldn't be as interesting and fun to play. But with the different music they put in there, um, and also some of the Viking songs and things like that, the Nordic songs, it um, makes it more immersive, and it kind of draws you in. So I really like that. And the other thing, right, is the different cultures, right? You have the Norse, the Danes, and the Saxons, and their cultures and religions clashing, um, which is really interesting to see. And again, it adds to that immersiveness. It adds to that intrigue to the game. Um, yeah, so I highly suggest whether you're a seasoned RPG player or you like Assassin's Creed or you don't like either, I highly suggest you play this game because you'll definitely like it. There are some things story-wise that are going to be really confusing, even for me, as someone who's played most of the Assassin's Creeds. It was very confusing for the ending, but it was a really good ending. Um, I was really surprised. The thing about this game is there's always twists and turns that you don't expect, and that's what's really amazing about the story. Um, and also, if you're still like in the middle of this game and you're struggling whether you should continue playing, or you don't like the story initially, hold out because every story arc, every mini story arc has, again, first of all, different characters with different kind of personalities, um, but also the different, the story arcs are different. They're never like the same thing copy and pasted across all the different territories. So um, the story continuously is different, but it all contributes to the main overall story. And here you can kind of get an idea for like how big the map is and the different territories you got there. There is power. You have like a power level. Um, However, you can go into higher level power area, right? If your suggested power is higher than what power you currently are, you can go into those areas. Um, but it's gonna be a little challenging. I'm not gonna say it's not challenging at all, but it's possible, right? It's not like completely impossible. There's no way you're gonna be able to take them on. There is, especially if you use your abilities, you dodge and parry and all that stuff. It's very possible because I went into Hamptonshire, which is the highest level region in the game, and I was significantly under leveled, and I was still able to push through it. Granted, I died many times, but there's a lot of people that go through Hamptonshire at a lower power level just because it's sort of more of like an end game um, territory because it's after the main story, even though it continues to build on in the main story. And there are going to be expansions or DLC for this game coming in the season pass. And they look really interesting. There's, I think one of them takes place in Ireland, and the other one takes place in Paris, France. And I think those are going to continue to build onto the main story. And we may see sort of what happens, um, sort of like a post credits kind of thing, or a continuation of what happens at the end of the game if you have played all the way through the game. Um, Pretty crazy ending, kind of mind blowing, kind of confusing, but it was really good. Anyways, don't want to draw this on for too much longer. So I'm just gonna end it here. As you can see in the background, I'm kind of going over how you have melee abilities, ranged abilities, skills, inventory. You have your quest log. Again, there's no side quests, but there's quests for different regions and story arcs and so on and so forth. And then you have the Order of the Ancients, which is that secret society you're working to take out with the assassins, which is another secret society, which are called the Hidden Ones in this game. And then you have your Codex, which if you are having trouble, right, you can go there and get little tutorials on stealth and combat and different parts of the game as well. If you're just kind of struggling with things, that's probably like a good tool to use. And it also has the lore, different lore in the game if you're interested in that. So you can see the Order engines, all that stuff in the background. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you liked the video, a dislike if you did not, and leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have a great day.